What's good with y'all, man? You know what I'm saying? By the time you see this, probably double upload. I ain't gonna lie. We've been grinding though, but I'm just here with my boy Jay, man. Go ahead and say what's up to the guys, man.
How y'all doing, man?
Yeah, bro. This been my dog for a long time, bro. So why not get him on the channel, gang?
It's about time.
Bro, you feel me? So we want to talk about self love though, how important that is, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get straight into it, bro.
So, I feel like if you don't necessarily have, self-love, whether that be from previous experiences or, how you were just brought up, whether it be life, family, friends, either you tend to fall out with the ability to show emotion or even experience things for what they are. You don't necessarily live in the moment. You go with the flow, but you don't enjoy it. And you get into that state where if you don't really have emotions towards stuff, you either end up hurting people in the process unknowingly, or not even unknowingly. You might have even trauma tied to it that affects other things, and you might not notice. And you become so comfortable with not showing emotion and being hurt to the point where when something good does come around, you feel uncomfortable. And I feel like it is you self-sabotaging it. You do tend to break some things in the process, and if you don't really catch on to that and grab that and hook it right when it happens, you're gonna keep doing it. And it's kind of something you need to start early, because it's hard to break out of.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It touched something in me when he said that, because we was talking about it early in the car. We was just like, he was like, I ain't gonna lie, I've been realizing, basically just summing up what he said, bro. He was just like, yeah, self-love. You won't be able to appreciate the little things, and basically what he just said, bro. And I was like, that's 100% true, bro. Like when somebody comes around, I'm just use like a relationship for example, gang. Like when that good person comes around, you're so used to not showing emotion. You're not used to appreciating these type of things. It's gonna feel uncomfortable. You're gonna push that thing away. But really, the whole time, you really ask for that. You've been asking for that though. The whole time, it's uncomfortable towards you. But you're so, like what he said, you're so comfortable with being not comfortable with being loved. It's hard for you to, come around. So, yeah, I mean, it comes in waves, I think, though, but like Jay said, though, I mean, you just gotta continue to work on it, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want it to be so bad where, you don't even know why, you're not reacting to these things. You don't want to be to the point where you don't know why you can't be happy, gang. You know what I'm saying? Because then you're gonna actually have to go in and do, I'm not saying extra work, but you're gonna go in and do, I don't know, I call it shadow work. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how we just work on ourselves, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
So when it comes to really loving yourself, I feel like step one is you really have to tie down into your goals in life, because man, nothing is more confusing than not knowing where you want to go. And whether that be school, life, friends, even who you hang out with, man, like it's a crazy world that we live in, because you don't want to say that you have to watch the people closest to you, or you don't want to say that you don't have to look out for the people that you don't consider a threat, whether that be to anything you have going on, anything you have in the process, or anything like that. But you really have to set yourself up for your own success instead of other people's. And a lot of that comes with jumping out of your skin, doing things that you haven't done before, not being so satisfied with being, because being comfortable is also it's a good and a bad thing, because you get too comfortable and you don't feel the need to do anything. You don't feel the need to set goals for yourself, because at that point it's like you feel comfortable, whether that be money or whether that be where you are mentally. Even some people just find it, I feel like, okay, you're happy, you got stuff going, but you never know. That dude could have a million things going on in the background back at home that he doesn't talk about. That he just throws away. I'm one to even say something. The whole loving your family part and really showing them that basically how you feel inside is what you're gonna protrude to other people. If you're not okay with yourself, checking yourself every day, seeing where you are, even being able to look at yourself, you're gonna look at those people the same way you look at yourself, and you're gonna talk to them that way too. And it's important because the slight anything that you do to somebody, like especially somebody that pays really close attention to body language or just how you are, it might throw their whole day off because you might have done it, and that's because you didn't work on yourself before you got up this morning.
Facts, bro. And I really do preach like, what's happening on the inside of you is gonna be reflected on the outside of you. I always say like this world is like a mirror. You feel me? Like, I don't know, how you treat yourself is how you treat other people. So essentially, what he's saying, I don't hear nothing wrong with what he's saying, because I feel like we can all relate to that. When there's times where I'm not saying I don't have enough money, because God blessed us. You feel me? I do have enough money to get me through the week. I can still put gas in my car, but you know what I'm saying? It's taking that next step, putting your ego down, gang. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself enough to be okay with not buying that thing and just doing these different things, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you have to take care of yourself, though, because nobody's gonna take care of you for you. You know what I'm saying? I had a realization when he was talking. When you're not taking care of yourself, bro, it's kind of like you kind of regret that shit. Like, you just be sitting there and you be mad at yourself. Like, damn, I go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna use that as an example. Like, damn, I'm not where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? But it don't start with just going to the gym, gang. It start up here. It start mentally. You know what I'm saying? In order to go to the gym, you have to think that you are going to the gym. Damn near the night before you get up. Damn near. So it's just like it start with your head. It start with your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to elaborate on like how thoughts influence.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That part where you said, the night before, you really have to start. You got to embed that in your mind, what you're gonna do. That's a goal in itself. Telling yourself that you're gonna achieve something before it even happens. And we live in the present, but you have to work for the future. You don't. You can look at it occasionally, but that staring at the future, you have to live in the present. You have to do what you got to get done today before that can even happen.
What you do today will affect your future. You know what I'm saying? Don't just not work for your shit, gang.
Exactly. There's nothing worse than sitting there and just staring at it the whole time. You have to put the work in. But yeah, that there's times where, and I'm pretty sure everybody has gone through this, where you might beat yourself up one night, man. Whether that be after work, after school, after going out with your friends, anything that you could have experienced that could have, made you love the moment of what you're doing. You're gonna get back home, back to yourself, and you're gonna get back to being alone. And that's when everything happens. That's when all those battles start, because you have no other outside sources. You have no third parties doing anything to distract you with anything. You're literally living in your head at all times, but you're really embedded in that moment. And there's times where you might wake up and you felt like you had a dream where it was nothing but what you were thinking about before you went to sleep. And the fact of how strong the mind is that when you're depressed or you're sad or something like that, if you let that eat you inside, you will wake up the next morning sad and depressed over and over again until, because the mind is strong. The mind will do that. But the thing is, it's so easy to fall than it is to get back up. It's so much easier to just lay everything out all over the place and just say forget about it, because when you're in that state, it's so easy to quit. But when you're the person that has to tell yourself to get back up, that is going to be your hardest battle you've ever fought. And honestly, whatever anybody tells you, whether it be good advice or bad advice, that's up to your decision to whether you put that into the process of you being able to get back up and fight again, you know?
Do you feel like there's like way more, I don't know if it's way more negative things, but I feel like our mind kind of focuses on the negative things. So like, I don't know, like there's a bunch of things to be grateful for, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of trained my mind and my thoughts to think in a more positive way. You know what I'm saying? That's just because of what, obviously it's not realistic. I can't stay positive all the time. I'm not in my head positive. No, that shit not real. Feel me? You gotta constantly work on it though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work on yourself. You know, there's been times where I've been yelled at, there's been times where I've been made fun of and everything, but because of the thoughts that I instilled in my mind, you know, I no longer believe that to be true. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the mind is powerful, bro. The mind is powerful, but you can teach your mind, you know, that it's okay to be loved again. You can teach your mind that it's okay to, you know, to find love again, to open your heart back up again. You know, it's, like I said, it's all in your mind. And it's powerful, bro.
I kind of got a crazy analogy, but I feel like you can put it into this perspective. When, you know, just in general, whenever you want something done to your hair, or when you're doing something to your hair every day, you know, there's, whether that be, you know, you want to get waves, or you combing your hair up every day, whatever style you want to get, you know, whatever style is you, whatever that may be. But, you know, there's times where it might be you know, from Monday through Sunday, your hair might be great. You might be able to achieve that look every day, every hour out of that week, you know. But then there's those times where you wake up and your hair is just not working with you. It's not working with you at all. And that's just, you know, you have to learn to accept that sometimes you are not going to be 100% every day. You know, nobody is perfect. You know, it's a little cliche, but nobody is perfect at all. How you go through something is definitely not how the next person. That next person might have a full 30 days where their hair might look perfect, but you can't look at that and be like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. You know, they're not down the same path or trail as you are. You know, you have to take every step, and you have to appreciate everything that you succeed in. Even if you do fail, you learn from anything you fail in. You're going to learn from it, and whether you think you can put that into your next achievement, or what you think you could do good in, you have to be the one to take that though. You have to be able to accept whether that, you know, you have to accept what do you want to call it? Not defeat, but what's the word?
Damn, I can't think either, bro.
What's the word? Accept. What is it when, like, you tell me something, but I feel like
criticism?
Yeah.
Constructive criticism?
Yeah. You have to be able to accept constructive criticism. And one thing that I've learned in the path that I take in life is that you can't always listen to what everybody says, man.
Facts.
Because some people is not in the same position as you. But what you have to take from it is that you can look at it as, they're looking at it as an outsider, right? They're not, some people aren't trying to do you harm. You know, you go to somebody for advice, they're trying to help you. But everything is you. You have to be the one to break it down and build your own opinion. But you also have to look at it from your position. Is this gonna help me? You know, is this gonna destroy what I have going on? You know, you have to really, you have to put it in your own perspective, nobody else's.
But like I said this before, self-love comes under no condition. Like, you should love yourself with no condition, bro. I don't know if you guys have animals or pets or dogs or whatever. You know, when that dog makes a mistake, you still love the dog, bro. And you see how the dog act towards you. You know what I'm saying? You could go use the bathroom and close the door. He gonna act like he never seen you all day, gang. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of love that you need to have for yourself. That every mistake that you make, every wrong turn that you make, if you go down the wrong path, just know it was for a reason. You know, so it was, regardless if it was for you to learn, or it, you know, if something was meant to happen for you, regardless. You know what I'm saying? The universe got its path for you, gang. You know what I'm saying? So just be patient with yourself. You know, realistically, we don't really know what perfect is, because everything that happens, like I said, in our mind, how we, let's say if we, I don't know, if we're trying to achieve some sort of goal, it probably will never go as smoothly as you had it in your mind, bro. There's gonna be ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's gonna happen. So there's no such thing as perfect. None of us are perfect, bro. I don't know if you could tell me somebody you know who's perfect, because they not. Somebody forgot to brush their teeth today, bro, and they went to school. They ain't put on no deodorant, they went to gym class, gang. I'm just like, ain't nobody perfect. Some girl, I ain't gonna start. But yeah, bro, like, it's a bunch of different things. But unconditional self-love is, picking yourself up even when you feel like you got knocked down, gang. Just being there for yourself under no condition. Having your own back to back. You feel me? Just having your own back, for real.
There's people in your life that I think it might not be now that you talk a lot with, but when it comes to loving yourself, there's a lot of things that some of your relatives might be able to tell you. I promise you, those are the wisest people that you'll ever have. Some might not be screwed on all the way, some might be a little crazy, but there's words that they say that will really make you look at life in a whole different perspective. Because the world that we live in, 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s, we're in a really messed up world, man, where social media will drive you nuts. And that whole self-love picture, it just drifts away slowly and to the point where you don't even know it's moving anywhere. And people are so focused on what everybody else is doing and this, that, and the third, and you lose track of yourself. And by the end of that road, you'll be at that point where it's like, well, I'm not making enough money, but it does this for right now. Or, I'm going to school, but I don't like it, so I'm gonna just keep doing it. Nobody's chasing anything for what they really want to do. Nothing's wrong with, working that 9 to 5. Nothing's wrong with going to school. Nothing's wrong playing sports, if you don't got a job. But, you do what you think you want to do. Do what you know you want to do. Whether you figure that out now or later, you have to be able to do what you want to do. And if you have to work that 9 to 5 and you want to do it, that goal or that career that you want to succeed in is a hobby, that's not a bad thing, because you're still working on it. You're still going to be able to put things into it, and that job might just be funding your career or your all out whatever you want to do. Everything has a purpose, and I can't stress that enough, man. Like you have to really put your head in the game sometimes, and just, as much as you want to say you don't want to do it, you don't want to wake up this morning, you don't want to talk to this person, this, that. Sometimes not talking to people is great. You might need that alone time. Not everybody does that. There was I think an earlier video I saw that you made that some people, they do some crazy things to forget about people or to forget about what happened the next day or to ignore things. That might not just be your way of doing things, but that's not wrong. You'll know what, I think if you have real common sense, you'll know what's wrong is wrong, and what's actually helping you is helping you, because you'll feel it. It's not something that you're just like, oh, I don't think this is really happening. You'll feel it for real. It's a game changer.
Yeah, bro. Some of the stuff he be saying be having me shocked, bro. Like damn. It'd be real though. It'd be real relatable, and I can't nail it to the. I don't even know what I'm saying. I can't hit it on the on the head. Yeah. Can't hit it on the head. Bop it. But it's all relatable, bro. And I don't know. I just keep going back to, showing up for yourself, but consistently. Like you said, there's gonna be times you don't want to do shit. There's gonna be times you don't want to wake up, and there's gonna be times you don't want to go to school. We all been there. We all go through the same similar things, just in a different font, shape, form. Feel me? So you gotta pick yourself up, bro. You could transmute your energy into positivity, gang. You just gotta do things that you're uncomfortable with doing. Like, we're so used to being ourselves, gang. We are so used to being who we are. You know, why not? Why don't I just get up early and get some sunlight? You feel me? Some of us stay in a room all day. You know what I'm saying? You can't chase your dreams, chase your goals if you just scrolling on TikTok all day. If you just mindlessly scrolling on social media, it will consume you. Like he said, it will consume you. You will lose a part of yourself. You will feel like you'll be feeling like you've been doing something wrong your whole entire life, gang. We're not just saying that just because we've been through some shit. We saying that because this is what social media is. It takes from you, gang. This is what we here for, though. You feel me? We're trying not to take. You know, we're not trying to consume your mind with lustful things and, you know, all that corn, and you already know what go on the internet, bro. They be freaky, bro. But like, we trying to instill positivity, bro. You know, we trying to make your world a better place too, bro.
And there's something I wanna, you know, with Jamari, over the past of me knowing him. How long has it been?
You've been out of high school how long? 3 years?
3 years, 3 years, 21. 3 years.
9 years?
Yeah.
It's my dog.
Oh,
It's my dog, bro.
But not over the case of knowing him for, you know, these 9 years, 8.5, going on 10, whatever it is. There's something that I always saw. You know, me and Maury were really goofy in the beginning of life when we first knew each other, and we were in completely different stages, like
Fast.
completely different stages in life. But eventually, there got to a point where I want to call it maturing, but there's something, you know, the level of mindset that we had equally, it started to see each other eye to eye on things. Yeah. Or if you didn't see each other for, you know, we understood it, and, you know, we thought about it, whether that was by ourselves or together, you know. But I always felt like Jamari had, you know, I feel like he always had that insight and the ability to be able to speak. Because the only time I really ever felt like that I heard it was like if I really, like, when I talked to him, because it's always broke through the door a little bit. But as we got older, like, it really started to show. But with that same thing, I don't think self-love really throughout, like, us knowing each other. I think we both went through some sort of point where we had to break that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't at the same time.
At all.
You know, nothing was at the same time. Would be times where one of us would go to one person and say something about this, and the other person would help, you know, or the other way around. But that's what I'm saying, is that nobody takes the same route, man. But when you have someone that you can talk to like this, and y'all both look at each other from a different point of view, you start to really understand that. And those people that you have in your life sometimes that sometimes don't give you the right advice that you're looking for at that moment. Like, you know, there might be negative thoughts in your head that you might sit here and, you know, hear from somebody else, and you might just eat it and say, oh, I'm just gonna say this exact thing, or I'm gonna go do this exact thing. You have to evaluate it, man. I know annotating in school was boring, but when you really put annotating into your real life and you break it down and pick apart everything, bro, that is really that's how you go towards something. That's how you really create something, you know, out of yourself. Because when you just take somebody else's words that they said and then you go tell them, that might have worked for them. If you go do what somebody else does to what you're trying to do, that might work for them. But what you have to do for yourself is different. There's a billion people in this world, and I guarantee nobody does the same thing. You might do something close, but nobody takes that same route down the same path. And if they do, they did it because somebody else told them to. You have to be able to really have a driven mind. And that doesn't just happen. Some people are followers. Some people they can only succeed if they hear somebody else say something. And some people grow out of it, some people don't. I know you don't want to.
Don't want to what?
I know you don't want to be a follower.
No.
No, you know, you have to really, you have to lock into that higher state of consciousness, man. Because nothing is worse than just being a human and being normal. I hate the word normal. If you're weird, I promise you, embrace that word. Embrace being weird, bro.
Everybody weird, bro.
I
Everybody
promise
weird,
you
bro.
that you have to no. When you embrace yourself and you're okay, like, you know, like you said earlier, people might call you names, people might do this, people might do that, bro. At a point in time, you're gonna be the one laughing with them because it doesn't affect you no more. You have become, you know, comfortable with yourself and how you are as a person. Now that doesn't mean because, you know, you're bogus that you're just gonna go ahead and be bogus because this that. No, that's not what I'm saying. But like, embrace the inner you though. Don't get trapped up in somebody else's reality or their dream. Do what you want to do.
To elaborate on what he said about annotating though, like, you're not really you're not your mind, you're not your body. You know, you're entirely different. So everything that we soak up is pretty much from other people.
Sponge.
You know, like a sponge, he said. So like, you know, when something happens to me, I'm a questioner, bro. I'm always asking questions, bro. And especially to myself. Why am I feeling this way again? Why did I just get mad because this person did this thing? You know, why am I sad right now? Why am I self-sabotaging? And, you know, you're going to give yourself an answer. And then you're going to be like, okay, well, you're just going to start going in on yourself, bro. But this is where, you know, you have to make that conscious decision to heal. Because you're going to start seeing changes, though. And how you react to this thing will be way different than the last time you reacted to it. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta work with it. You know, keep trying to evolve and get better for, you know, not just, you know, on the physical aspect, but with your mind, with spirituality, with God, with everything, whatever you want to get better with. You know, it goes back to self. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really dissect yourself, gang. See who you really are. Like you said, you want to be purpose driven. You know, you want to be driven by something bigger than yourself too. So, yeah, for real. I'm probably gonna wrap it up though. You cool? Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I mean, I appreciate you. If y'all stay to the end for real, we really appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? We probably finna see Jay a bunch more on the channel, bruh. My boy done got out his shell, you feel me?
Man, like TMNT.
But yeah, man, we really appreciate y'all boys. Love y'all for supporting. You know what I'm saying? See y'all in the next one.